Welcome to another episode of First Past the Post podcast. I'm with my mate Liam again. Liam, how are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm still buzzing from our last episode that we did with Gemma Tutty. If anyone hasn't checked it out yet, then you can head over to our Twitter and you'll see the link there to take you to our YouTube and our Spotify as well. It was a good episode, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, mate. Excellent episode. I really enjoyed it.
She yeah, like I say, if anyone hasn't watched it yet, I mean, go ahead because she touched on a few good things actually. She had a few good stories that she's experienced so far in her career, and yeah, no, it was good to hear from her, and I'm glad we obviously, that's our first guest sorted, and hopefully a few more to come in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a good few guests lined up, which I'm excited for as well. So can't wait for them.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I am buzzing. So we'll just obviously start this episode off with our picks from last week.
Yeah.
We'll just quickly go through how many points we got as we do. And just also, if anyone's obviously new listening, we do like a little tipping competition between the two of us. The way we do it, we have third, second, third, and if it comes third, you get 1 point. Second, 2 points, and if it wins, you get 3 points. And we also have a nap, and if the nap wins, you get 5 points as well for that. So yeah, going back to our picks, then the first race, it was at Newmarket, wasn't it? We went through the card.
Yeah.
You had Exminster, I had American Star, both came nowhere, so that's no points for the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Next race after that, you had Gold Spur, who won. I had Haffit, who placed, came third, so 3 points for you, 1 for me. Race after that, the third one, we both had Coroebus, who did impress actually last weekend.
Excellent performance.
We both had him, so 3 points for the two of us. Yeah, definitely looked a top horse. So did Native Trail. We had in the next one after. Both of us had Native Trail, Native Trail and Coroebus. I'm sure we'll touch on them in just a little while. Actually, the two of those horses for Charlie Appleby. Again, looked very impressive, and we both had him. The race after that was the big handicap race where both of our horses didn't. Well, they placed if you're having a bet on the day, because most bookies were paying 6 or 7 places, but obviously the way we do it is only top 3. But just to mention, Liam, you had Rajinski, didn't you? Who was a
Yep. I had Rajinski. Yeah, went off at 40-1, but when I tipped it, it was 50-1. Came sixth.
Yeah, and
nice bit of place money if you was having a bet.
And I had Elysian Flame, who came 5th. So we had, and that was about 22-1. So we had 5th and 6th there in a big handicap race, big priced horses.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Definitely, yeah. And the penultimate one I had Chakoya, who came 4th, if I can remember correctly. So no points for me. You had Gale Force Meyer.
She just got chinned on the line, didn't she?
Yeah, so came 2nd, so 2 points for you. And then again, we had another horse, the same Mossadaf, who looked really impressive again, who went and did the business again for Jim Crowley. 3 points for the two of us. So that makes it in our little table between the two of us, mate. You are winning by 5 points, Liam on 30 and me on 25. So I think I need one of my naps to go in to catch you up.
Yeah, just touching on last week's nap as well. I had All Mankind, who actually ran a really big race, carrying bundles of weight, ran third. But I was quite impressed on another day, carrying a bit less weight, would have won that race easily. Should stand him in good stead for the season ahead.
Yeah, and like I say there, you had Native Trail and Coroebus. Coroebus also, looks really, really good at Newmarket, winning the Autumn Stakes. And obviously there's a bit of debate going around whether, who do people prefer. You got Native Trail, Coroebus for the 2,000 guineas most likely next year. I mean, I think I touched on it last time that I've got an anti-post bet Coroebus to win the 2,000 guineas at 12-1. And now, obviously, he's like 5-1 and could go off even shorter on the day. I mean, it's looking good, isn't it, that bet, mate? It's looking good.
Yeah, mate, not a bad bet at all. Out of the two, I do favour Native Trail at the moment, but Yeah, certainly wouldn't mind being on Coroebus at that price.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a few little quotes here from Charlie Appleby saying you can't fault what Native Trail has done. But I do like Coroebus as 3-year-olds when the pace of the race is getting quicker in these classic races. The one thing you have to do is travel, and that is what exactly Coroebus does. So, and when you come into, talking about the Guineas, I don't know, I think we'll see what happens next year, but I do think Coroebus could be the one, mate. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, certainly has a chance. Just have to see what happens within the next year or so. Well, it's less than a year now, isn't it? But
exactly.
Yeah, just have to see how they train on.
Yep. No, it's exciting. Two very exciting horses, that's for sure. Yeah, and obviously before we go on to our sort of preview for the episode, which is obviously Champions Day at Ascot on Saturday, you've got, I mean, again, everyone's talking about the pair of them, Buick and Oisin
fascinating
Murphy.
Fascinating battle. I've been tuning in all week.
I know, it's been exciting. I mean, I think as of recording now, live, I think Oisin Murphy is 2 ahead.
Yeah, Buick did pull it back to 1, but Oisin pulled 1 back. And extended his lead by 1. So
yeah, and obviously they got a few more rides tonight, and then I mean, it could be interesting, couldn't it? Come Champions Day on Saturday to decide whoever wins it. It could be very exciting.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down to the wire.
I mean, Buick's done very well to get this far. He's closed the gap, isn't he? I mean, I think it was not so long ago. It was about 8 or 9, wasn't it?
I think, literally maybe even less than a week ago. It was about 9. It's pulled it back.
Yeah. No, it's exciting, and see who comes out on top come Saturday afternoon. So, shall we go into the preview then for British Champions Day on Saturday, mate?
Yeah, mate. Do you want to kick it off this week?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. So we're just going to go through and preview all the races at Ascot on Saturday for British Champions Day, which is, I've got to say, it's definitely one of my favourite days of the year for the flat season. Obviously, it's the finale, really, and it's just, you can't beat it, really, with the quality of horses that are on display this Saturday. It's exciting. So hopefully you get a few of the big ones winning on Saturday as well. So the first one, the 125. I mean, I was saying to you earlier before we started recording, I've never gone against Stradivarius, but I think I might have to for this coming Saturday. Yeah. So I've gone for Truchan, who obviously beat Stradivarius over in France in the Prix de Cadran at Longchamp. And obviously the way it's going, I think there could be a bit of rain forecasted, which is obviously, massively favours Truchan, as everyone knows. So I've gone for Truchan, mate. Have you gone for the same, or have you gone for old boy Strad?
I've gone for the same, mate. I said obviously Truchan, excellent performance at Longchamp last time out, where he won by 4.5 lengths, beating Stradivarius in spectacular fashion. He will need the ground to suit him, but if the ground's soft, I can't see him getting beat. But I would love to see Strad do it. I mean, Strad's one of my favourites, mate. He's quality.
Yep.
I'd love to see Strad do it, but I think Truchan should win this if the ground suits. And
obviously, Truchan won this 12 months ago, so one to beat, I suppose, again. Obviously, Holly Doyle takes the ride again. I mean, it's just I don't like it. I've never backed against Strad, but I've gone for Truchan this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you there, mate.
2:00, the Sprint Stakes, which is really exciting race, actually. Who have you got for this one, mate?
I've gone for Creative Force, Godolphin colt, who has course form and distance form. Done his best work when the ground is on the softer side, completed a 4-timer earlier this season, but his form hasn't been as great since. I think he can run a big race though, and I think he can bounce back to form here. Like I said, done his best work when the ground's on the softer side, and I've read that they're expecting it to be softish on Saturday. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I've gone for Art Power, Tim Easterby's horse, Silvestre de Souza on board. Quality front running colt who looked at least as good as ever actually when he absolutely demolished a Group 3 field over in Ireland last month. Yeah, and also at this track as well, on each previous visit, he's had fairly decent efforts as well. So another bold bid is expected, really. And I think with that win that he had over in Ireland at the Curragh, I mean, that was so easy. I think, he's a very, very, very fast horse. And, I think he could do the business over here on Saturday. But I mean, it's a tough one. Obviously, you've got 20 runners in it.
Yeah, tough race, very
it
tough
is a
race.
Tough one.
It was hard for me to pick one out, to be honest. There was a few that I like the look of.
Yeah,
in there.
I
mean, Dragon Symbol as well.
Yeah, I mean, just touching on Dragon Symbol there. I mean, if you look at his form, I mean, obviously, it's ridiculous.
Strange horse, isn't he? He just can't get his head in front, it seems.
Yeah, it's a strange one, like you say. I mean, he hasn't won a Group 1 yet. I mean, how many more times can you sort of say, I think Dragon Symbol is going to do it? But that's why I can't back him. I can't touch him because I don't, he hasn't won a Group 1 before. And will that day come? I'm not sure. And I don't think it will come regardless on Saturday as well.
Yeah, but I've decided to give him a miss this week. I mean, there's a few times in the past I've backed him and it hasn't worked out for me so far. So I can't justify putting him in again here.
So the next one, the 235, fillies and mares, quite again decent little race here. I mean, obviously you got Snowfall, who I've gone with, the big favourite. English Irish Oaks Heroine, obviously, really impressed when winning those races in July, landing the 4-timer as well. I mean, not really in the same form since, but you could argue. I mean, you could argue, finishing 6th in the Arc. I don't know. It's not the worst form. The horses that finished in front of her, obviously, bar the winner really of the Arc. You had Adyar and Hurricane Lane. I think. I mean, I would be very, very surprised if Snowfall didn't win this. To be honest, with the other horses in question, who have you gone for? Have you backed against her, or have you gone with her as well?
I've gone with Snowfall as well. Said she was well beaten in the Arc, where she didn't look at her best, but she gets a £6 weight allowance off of probably the biggest threat to her in this race, in Albaflora, who she also beat by 4 lengths in the Yorkshire Oaks. Like you said, I think she should just be too classy for the rest of this field, to be honest. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't win. One thing I did want to touch on, though, is Love's actually being pulled out of this race. I was actually looking forward to seeing her ride, but apparently she's still not 100%. I've seen a few things online, people saying, do you think she'll be retired now and stuff, because she was obviously pulled out the Arc as well. Hasn't been at her best, has she, lately? Nope. So what do you think about that? Do you think they'll retire her, or?
I mean, just obviously it's disappointing, because obviously we were looking forward to seeing how she'd get on in the Arc. Obviously not running again this weekend, pulled out again. Obviously she's not not quite right at the moment, but I think, like you say, with her form before the problems, she's shown that she can't race. I don't know. Maybe she might be retired, because you don't know how long these problems of hers might last for. And then, I mean, how long do you give it? And then is there going to be another time where she could be involved in a race to win? I'm not sure. I think I wouldn't be surprised if she gets retired, to be honest.
Yeah. Hopefully she does get back to her best.
Yeah.
On her day, she's fantastic, but yeah, hopefully she does get back to her best, like I said.
It's just we haven't seen that day for quite a while now, you know.
Quite a while now, yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a shame, but like you say, hopefully she can come back. The 310, which is obviously, well, it's the biggest race of the day, isn't it, on Saturday?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big one. I mean, the prize money.
I've gone for anyway, didn't I?
I do. The prize money here on offer. I mean, obviously, this is what you get on Champions Day. I think in total across the day, I think the prize money is it's over 4 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it just goes to show, like I said at the start, the horses on display here. It's just it's the best of the best, really. Yeah. I mean, do you want to say yours then, or?
I've taken on the two big boys here. I've gone with Alcohol Free. I'm a massive fan of her. Hasn't been in the best form lately, but she has course form and also has form over the distance. Will relish the expected going and receives weight from the big colts at the top of the market. I mean, you know how fond of her I am, but I've been tracking her for a while now. Had a good bet on her in the Guineas, actually, where obviously things didn't go her way. But I told you about this horse, didn't I? And I fancy her maybe to bounce back to winning ways if she gets to go in.
If there's a cut in the ground, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure on that, mate. I suppose,
be
like
tough
I say,
ass, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
I couldn't bring myself to go against her, to be honest.
I mean, you know how much I love this horse, Baid. I mean, obviously you're a massive,
I'm a big fan as
fan.
well. Yeah, massive fan. Yeah.
Just to say that as well, but I mean, this is the race we've been looking forward to for a long time now. All the
top
talk,
race, top race.
All the talk when he won over in France, and it's like straight after, who wins? Palace Pier, Baid. Mate, I've gone with Baid. I'm going with him. I'm sticking with him. Just go back again. He's only made his debut in June. And in June, look how he's climbed the ranks. It's a joke. And, I tell you what, I mean, people could say, that performance over in France wasn't the best, but look, the first time going out there, winning that, I'd say quite comfortably in the end, to be fair. Completing the 5-timer as well. So obviously this is big. I mean,
yeah, it is a huge race. I mean, I'm buzzing to watch it, to be honest. It's one of them races where really you don't really have to have a bet in it, do you? It's just fantastic to watch.
Exactly. And I just was reading earlier as well about William Haggis, what he was saying about Baid, and I mean, it's exciting. It is exciting. You know what? I think he beats Palace Pier. I do. I'm going with Baid 100%.
The one thing I would say is I don't think he'll want it too soft. It just depends how soft the ground actually is. If it is soft, he'd want it on the good side of soft. But yeah, that could be a problem if it does turn into a bit of a slot fest.
I mean, let's not forget Palace Pier as well. You can't dismiss.
Yeah, I mean,
him.
Fantastic horse, and I mean, the Revenant in there, he beat Palace Pier, but I mean, I think the Revenant will want it heavy, to be honest, and I don't think it's going to be heavy.
But probably demands respect though in this race.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's the big one of the day. Moving on to the 10-4 Champions Stakes. I mean, this again, I mean, what a race we've got here. I mean, we've got Mishriff, Adyar has been entered into this. You'd think it would be between the two. I've actually gone for Mishriff.
I've gone with the same, yeah.
Obviously, he found Adyar too strong when they met in the King George back at this course in July. But I think there's a good chance he can sort of reverse the result here because of the trip. What do you think, mate?
Yeah,
Have you gone with Mishriff as well?
Yeah, I've gone with Mishriff. I said exactly the same. I said I think he'll be better suited to the trip and better suited to the conditions as well. I thought also Adyar didn't look at his best in the arc,
No.
and Mishriff comes in obviously fresher out of the pair of them. So, but yeah, it'll be a good race. I'm looking forward to watching it. Be interesting to see how Adyar copes. Yeah, didn't look himself last time in the arc, but yeah, that'll be another good one to watch.
Dropping down in trip as well. I think that's the main thing for me, the trip. I think with Mishriff, he's fancied to come out on top, isn't he, at this trip?
Yeah.
So, yes, we've both gone for Mishriff there. I mean, hopefully that could be some race as well between the two of them.
Definitely.
That takes us to the final race of the day on Saturday, doesn't it?
Yep.
Go on, mate. Yeah.
4:30. I've gone for Al Dari. Saw off a few of his rivals in this race in a 7th furlong course handicap win here just a fortnight ago. He's up another £2 for that effort, but he should go close again. Trained by William Haggis, whose yard has been in decent form lately, and Jim Crowley picks up the ride. Also been riding fantastically at the moment, Jim Crowley as well.
He's been on great form, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is similar to the earlier race we spoke about, the sprint stakes, obviously 23 runners this time. Yeah, I was fancying Al Dari. I must say I was fancying Al Dari, but I've decided to, I've gone for Nugget. Richard Hannon, Ryan Moore on board. Newbury Spring Cup winner, who should have really followed up when he took part in the Hunt Cup in May. But obviously, he's still firmly on the up, and I think that's important to look at that in his form as well. But obviously, he came back to win at Haydock 3 weeks ago, and I think I think he's feared most, in this. I'd say, looking at his form.
Yeah, form looks excellent. Hasn't been out of places, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Yeah, fantastic form on paper. Definitely a good pick there.
Yeah, and it's an exciting horse, I think. So yeah, Nugget for me. I probably regret that not going with Al Dari because I did fancy him.
Yeah. Just going back quickly, shall we touch on the race before again quickly? Because I mean, in all the excitement of speaking about Mishriff and Adyar, I mean, we forgot to mention the likes of Adabe in there, Sealaway, who finished 5th in the arc, out Arzi. I mean, I feel like we didn't really touch on that as much as we should have.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. We'll of course we'll go back on that. Adyab for William Haggis as well. Winner of 3 Group 1s in Australia, suited by testing ground when ready. Winner of this race last year, not seen since runner-up in the Eclipse. Obviously finished behind. He finished in front of Mishriff. And obviously, like the rain, this goes back to sort of like Trushan with horses like that suiting this rain and cutting the ground. I think, if the rain comes, Adyab could be one to look at. But I can't, I can't go between Mishriff and Adyar for me. But
yeah, I mean, and then you got obviously Sealaway as well, coming over from France. Excellent. Went 5th at the Arc, run a big race 2 weeks ago. I mean, 14-1 Sealaway. It's a decent each way bet, that, in my opinion. But yeah, fantastic race. I mean, got caught up in the excitement of speaking about the two at the front of the market.
We did.
But it is a very, very strong race, that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Even Bolshoi Ballet, McSwiney.
The By Honor as well. The By Honor.
Yeah.
I suppose you have got a bit of value here. If you fancy an each way punt, really, if you don't obviously want to take on the two at the top of the market. And I mean Al Arzi as well. I mean, I remember watching and he looked a really, really nice prospect.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember?
I can't remember whereabouts was it. What meeting was it? Was it Newbury?
He won.
He cruised home, didn't he?
Cruised home at Newbury, I think on 2 occasions, a few months ago, and I saw that and I thought this could be some horse. Obviously didn't really follow up those 2 performances, 3rd time out, finishing 6th, but bounced back, I suppose. And but obviously you look at the market, he wouldn't think he's really got a chance. But I suppose if he does come back to his best form, you never know. But obviously then William Haggis also has obviously Al Arzi and Dubai Honor, Addy Abe. You know what I mean? So he's probably not one of the strongest.
He's up against it.
He is.
He's definitely up against it.
Yeah. So is there anything else to touch on in that race? Not particular, no. Not
particularly, no. Should we move on to our naps?
Yeah, mate. You can go ahead with your nap for the Saturday.
My nap. I've gone away from Ascot. I've gone over to Wolverhampton. First race there, and 5 o'clock. I've gone for Broughton's Flair. He's a course and distance winner. Actually won here last time out. Carrying a respectable weight at 9 stone 2. I think he'll go close again. One at this class. There's not much else to say really. I think solid bet, and that would be my nap.
Interesting. Yeah. I've I've gone over to Wolverhampton as well, but I've gone for the 7 o'clock race. I've gone for Hasty Sailor for Sir Michael Stout, Richard Kingscote on board, who's I think he's been among the winners really recently. A few winners I've seen, that's for sure. Last time out, he tracked the leaders, closed up 4 furlongs out, pressed the leader over 3 out, and then stayed on quite well in the final furlong when he won at Newcastle. And I think currently 2-1. I think he could go out and win again. I think he's going to follow up that impressive victory last time out. So I think Hasty Sailor in the 7 o'clock at Wolverhampton for me.
Best of luck, mate.
Yeah, and you, I need the nap to land. I can't let you.
Clear, and
I can't let you pull any more clear on the Saturday picks. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, is that it?
That's
nothing
it.
Else to touch on?
That's our preview, for the British Champions Day at Ascot on Saturday. I can't wait for that.
It should be a cracker.
Like I say, the finale really in the flat racing season. It should be good, mate. So we've come to the end of our 5th episode. I'd just like to say, obviously, we got a few more listeners in. A few more people told me that they're enjoying our podcast as well, which is always good to hear.
Thanks for all the support. Obviously, give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoy it. It'll go a long way. Helps us out a lot.
Definitely. Obviously, if you want to subscribe as well to our YouTube, it is First Past the Post podcast. On Twitter as well at FPTP podcast, and on Instagram as well. You can give us a follow on there. First Past the Post podcast is on there as well. So I hope everyone enjoyed our preview of British Champions Day and giving our picks as well. And we all look forward to that on Saturday. And obviously, we touched on it at the beginning. Just to wrap up now quickly, mate, do you want to say about our guests again? Coming up.
Just keep tuned because we've got some cracking guests coming up. So you're going to enjoy listening to it. Just keep tuned. Should have something within the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we got a few lined up. So buzzing for it, mate. Should be excellent.
Yeah, it should be one lined up within the next 2 episodes max. So we look forward to that. And that's about it for this week. So thank you everyone again for listening and tuning in. And we hope you all enjoyed, and we'll hopefully see you in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.